Hello, the command now we are going to see is AWK. AWK is normally a scripting language that helps in displaying the contents of the file alone. The additional advantage is that we can merge some data based on the column to view the contents. This command is used only to view the content and not the original file is altered. The basic syntax of AWK command is AWK and the pattern to view the files or directories, action to be taken, and the input file or the output file to be saved. For explaining the AWK command, I am taking this file as an example file throughout this command. So the first one we see is to print the contents of the file. AWK, the pattern, inside that print colon and the file name. So it will just display the contents of the file alone. And the next we see is to display only the specified fields. For example, I need to display only the second and the third column. So I'm running the command as -f option and inside this comma, whereas I meant to here comma for separating these fields, and single quotes here print $2 as second column and $3 as third column colon and the file name. So here the second and third column is alone displayed, and here I mentioned comma, so the comma separator is not displayed here. And the next option is printing only the line which contains the word user1 and user5. So now AWK colon slash user1, and I am separating with pipe symbol, and user5, and then again slash, now the file name. So now the user1 and user5 contents are alone displayed. The next we can see how to find the unique values in a column. For example, the second column, that means the contents in the second column is alone displayed. That AWK -f for field separator, and inside that A sub bracket, and I'm mentioning a second column, and under this line, and the next one is end set bracket, and inside that for condition, there I am giving I in space A. Now I am printing I value, now the file name. So here the second column values are alone displayed unique. So now we see how to add the contents in the specific column and to display the total. So AWK field separator, and the separating comma, here I'm giving the condition, and I'm specifying the second column here, n function, and there I'm printing the x value alone. So now the file name. So now I have mentioned here the second column, so the contents in the second column is all added and displayed the result. Whereas the same command I'm executing for third column here, so the answer is 5000. The next one is finding the sum of individual grouped records that occurs in the same name. That is, here the user1 contains the 200, and again the user1 contains the 400. So while running this command, it will display only once with adding these numbers as a result. So now AWK -f comma, and the pattern here I am mentioning is A. There I am mentioning the first column and adding to the second column. So here I am giving the end condition as for I in A and print I. So here I am separating there with comma, and at last giving the value for A is and the file name. So here the user one's value 200 and the user one's value 400 is added to 600 and displayed only once. The next option we can see is adding the contents in the specific column and displaying with the contents at last. It is AWK field separator, and the pattern here is X plus equal to second column and Y plus equal to third column, print, and at the end function print total, and the values are comma Y and the file name. So here the contents in second column are added and displayed at the last, and the third column is added and displayed at the last line. The next one we see is in this file you can see user1 is repeated twice. So while running this command, it will take the first occurrence and it will leave the next occurrence and all. So the command is awk -f comma is not equal to A. I'm mentioning the first column and increment operator. Here the user1 is displayed once, that is the first instance user1 200 is displayed at first and excluding the user1 at last. And the next option is same like a previous one, that is to find the count of entries against every column. So here you can see the user1 is repeated twice and it will display the count alone. The command is awk -f space operator A, and inside that I am mentioning the first column and the increment operator, and I have entered this, and I am mentioning the end function. In that I am giving the for, so I in A print I with A value u of I close. So here you can see the user1 is repeated twice and the other contents are repeated once. So these are the basic and common usage of the AWK command. Thank you.